Hi, and good evening. I'm here to inform you about substance abuse, the reasons people use drugs, and what happens to most people with a substance abuse problem. And finally, how can we help people with substance abuse issues? Substance abuse is defined as the use of chemical substances that lead to an increased risk of problems and an inability to control the use of the substance. People that use drugs and have a substance abuse problem end up having to face major consequences in life. One cause of drug use is depression. When a person is feeling down or hopeless about something, the depressed person might not care about the consequences of the drug use. The drugs would make them happy and let them forget about the problems just for a moment. Peer pressure is another big reason for drug use. Peer pressure is when kids get pressured into doing something they usually would never do. For instance, when a kid says to another kid, "Hey, you want to get high?" and the person keeps pressuring the kid to do drugs. Some kids do the drugs because they feel pressured. Other kids can stand their ground and say no to drugs. Drugs can make a person hit rock bottom fast. Usually the person doing the drugs doesn't realize they have a problem until it's too late, and they do hit rock bottom. When I say rock bottom, I mean divorce, disease, jail, and many more devastating things. Many drug users don't think about the diseases and viruses they could catch. One of the viruses is AIDS, especially with intravenous drug users that share needles. Prostitution is another way to get a disease or virus. When a person is on drugs and has sex, the drug user usually doesn't think about protection. When you're on drugs and have sex, it's bad. Drug users could lose their jobs, which in return could make them rob and steal from family, friends, loved ones, strangers, or for whomever they can get money for the drugs. Again, there are major consequences: jail, prison, death. The drug user does not think about going to jail at the time, but all the user is worried about is getting money for the drugs. Drug users could lose their homes, which makes the drug user homeless. Being homeless is not a good thing, especially in the world which we live in. I couldn't imagine being homeless for even one day. Many homeless people struggle to eat and sleep. Being homeless also raises the chance of having a substance abuse issue. There are so many other effects of drug use, such as change of appearance, weight loss, bad teeth, boils on the body, and major infections. Overall, these are some of the causes and effects that people could face by being drug users. With that being said, it could also be turned around. Someone that goes through a divorce could become a drug user. You just never know. Drugs are no joke, and if a person does have a substance abuse problem, try to reach out to them. Let them know there is help for them. Some of the things we can do to help a person with the substance abuse issue is: 1, the most important one, we can try to understand the addiction. Understand what they're dealing with. They might have problems in their life, or, peer pressure, anything. Second, we can speak up. Tell them, talk to the person about your concerns. Let them know that you're worried about them and you want them to get help. And lastly, just be there for them. Don't be bossy, don't be pushy, don't preach to them. That's the worst thing you can do. Just let them know you care. One thing you don't want to do is enable a person that is a substance abuse user, because it can backfire. In conclusion, there are many people in the world that have problems, and a lot of people don't know how to handle their problems. Substance abuse is a major concern in the world today. So if you know somebody that has an issue, try to reach out and help them. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me inform you about substance abuse. Good evening.